Now we're thinking of buyers. Buyers, you should be happy.
Yes, very happy.
There is starting to be more inventory. Okay, we have been talking about a lack of inventory for a long time, pretty much all throughout COVID. There's starting to be more inventory because lots of sellers are wanting to jump on top of this market and take advantage. Therefore, they've been getting their houses ready for the spring market because historically everybody says the best time to sell is spring.
Spring is the best time. Yay.
Well,
drives me nuts.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that, but we're like everything else, we're in unprecedented times.
Yeah.
So, spring is a good thought, except when everybody's thinking it's time to sell during spring. They all hit the market at the same time, and there's more inventory. Not that there's a lack of buyers. There's plenty of buyers out there, but 2 months ago, we were seeing double-digit offers. So over 10 offers per house on the market. Not everything was selling, but pretty much everything was selling, okay? Today, legitimately, just today, I had a phone call from another agent who I'm very glad that he's doing his job. He was calling around saying, hey, you showed my house. I wanted to get feedback because I have no offers.
The feedback call.
The feedback call.
Wow.
Now, we do feedback calls often, but the day that they're supposed to be receiving offers and you've received zero,
right,
that person's trying to drum up an offer, okay? Well, looks like my buyers are like, well, if we can get it at asking, yeah, we just didn't think we could get it at asking. So he probably did drum up an offer there. However, do keep in mind that there's some houses that are getting multiple offers. I'm thinking like 2, 3, 4 possibly, but not what it once was. And there are plenty of houses out there that are getting 0 offers. Okay, so the immediate thing that a buyer says when I call and say, hey, you know that house? I thought you guys really liked it. You decided not to put an offer in. They didn't get any offers. Does that change how you feel about the house? Their immediate thought is, yeah, it does. Can I offer $30,000 low?
Yes. That's exactly where they go.
It's always $30,000 too. I don't know why. And I say, no. I mean, yes, we can, but remember the house has still only been on the market for 4 days because if I'm representing the sellers and somebody came to me with that offer, I'd be like, hey, thank you so much. We're just going to wait and see what happens.
Yep.
Sellers don't have to buy. They do not have to accept your offer. Even if it's above asking, they don't have to accept your offer. So keep that in mind as the buyer, just because it goes past its review date or because it doesn't have a review date doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're in a buyer's market.
Right.
Because we're not. We have been in the most crazy seller's market we have seen
ever. I've never seen it like that.
Right. And we're switching up to just kind of crazy, not insane.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So let me put definitions around this.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. What does kind of crazy mean and not?
Let me put definitions
insane.
around this.
Let's start with insane.
Well, I'm going to start with neutral.
Oh, neutral. Okay. Neutral market.
A balanced market where buyers and sellers both have the same amount of power.
I feel like I'm at yoga class right now.
Namaste. Okay. So when it's a neutral, balanced market, traditionally we're talking about, that means about 3 months worth of inventory. 3 months.
3 months. Well,
3 to 4 months.
Okay. Let's quantify that in days because I think we've 3 months means 90 days.
That means, 90 days. Okay. So that means months of inventory is if you didn't put any more houses on the market, it would take, and we keep on selling at about the same absorption rate, it would take about 90 days for all of the inventory to be sold out.
And that's neutral.
That's neutral, right?
Not buyer, not seller.
So in the insanity that we've been for a seller's market, we have artificially made it longer than it could have been. We could have had it 1 day or 2 days, but we have artificially pushed it out to about 5 to 6 days because we had reviews on offers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who came up with that? Let's list it on Thursday and wait until Monday who was that?
Well, it makes sense because
totally does.
Because it makes sense if you're representing the seller.
Yeah, so that's been the seller's MO. The seller would bring it on Thursday afternoon, say it's open house all weekend long, and then look at offers Monday or Tuesday.
Right. And that way you have multiple offers to compare to each other. Now, mind you, if we get an offer on a house on, let's say, Thursday night or Friday morning, the agent absolutely has to present that offer to the seller.
Is this on? Do agents know that? Because this seems to be a debatable thing in the past 2 years, but yes, they have to submit that offer.
But what that submit looks like, is I send that offer onto my seller. Hey, I just sent you an offer. This is kind of what it looks like. Would you like to review the offer now, or would you like me to go back with instructions saying we're waiting till the review period?
Yes.
Or would you like me to call everybody else that has shown the house and see if anybody else is willing to put in an offer now so we can have multiple offers now? Okay, so there's options in there. Okay, so that number has been artificially pushed out to like 5-6 days. Right now, even though inventory's up, I would say we're at like 8 days.
Yeah.
10 days. Like
8 days.
It's still ridiculous. We are nowhere near 90 days.
Nowhere near 90 days.
So buyers, it's much better for you, but it is in no way a buyer's market.
Correct.
A buyer's market starts to be when there's like over 6 months of inventory.
That is correct.